Hey everyone, this is Kevin. Today, what I'm going to talk about is how you can get more money from your clients without ripping them off. And I know that we've all kind of been at that point when we're performing very well for our clients, they're happy, but you feel like you're being drained for all the value you're giving to them. And you might want to raise prices to balance that off. But you feel a little conflicted with this because you already have an agreed upon price, and you feel like they might take it in a way that you're ripping them off, or you're not giving them, or something's changed when really nothing's changed for them. And so this is the best way that I found that you can do this in a way that preserves the relationship and also lets you get more money for the value you're giving them. So let's go forward. And before I kind of get into everything, I want to do a short plug for my business sales stream. What I do is I put sales on autopilot, and I create systems that work on result-based marketing. What that means is that we're not focused on, making people in the area aware of your brand. We're focused on getting transactions moving and taking people through a process that causes them to either set up a call with you, purchase a product, or give you their information so that you can contact them later. And so far, I've had pretty great success with this, with 24 times return on investment, with more to come with the clients I'm working with right now that range from e-commerce to coaching. And that's just the short plug for SalesStream. And let's get into this. So first, I want to talk about really what the problem is with what's causing you to be exhausted and want to hike up your prices. What you're doing is you're focusing on one product, and your business is centered around, one trick. I call it the one trick pony business. So when you do this, you end up spending more time on your customers and not really getting the full length of your relationship, and providing as much value as you actually can. And so what happens is you just start feeling exhausted, feeling like you're not doing the best work you can, and that relationship isn't getting used to its full potential. And I actually experienced this in the first business I ever ran, where I did websites. But what I didn't really do was, figure out ways that I could provide more. I didn't really figure out what else people needed. And so I would be setting up relationships with my clients that would be outdated in a month when, their website was done, their entire project was done. And that exhausted me because I kept having to look for more clients. Every morning I had to get up and be like, where am I going to get my next client from? Rather than, looking to the people I've already proven myself to and asking them what they need and how I can be of service. And so what you really have to do is you need to compound value. And this is where we're going to get into the concept of what a value ladder is. And so when you start diversifying the services you have, you're able to set your business up in a way where you're taking people through a process that continues to provide more value, but at a higher price, to have it so that you're always providing more value than they're paying you for. Um, and so, really, what this allows you to do is, two things. It allows you to wean a client into spending more money with you, but also you're able to work on more things that, you know, are more valuable, and you can charge for them more because of this. And so the benefits of this is that you're getting more bang for your buck for each client you have. You're doing work that actually satisfies you, and you're not just letting that relationship dry up. So you might be thinking, I can't do this. I need to focus on my one thing. And the problem that you run into here is that once that one thing is done, even if it's a monthly recurring revenue setup, you're missing out on things that you have that are skill sets of yours that you could be providing your customers if you just asked them, if you just followed up. Every time you do even your monthly service, just follow up and see what they need help with, what their goals are, and see if you can help there. And what will happen is that you'll find like little gaps in your service. And what that means is that you every time you perform something for your service or for your customers, like making a website for them, well, that's great. They have a great, beautiful website for them. Um, but do they have any traffic going there? Do they have SEO set up? Do they have a way to generate or to build an email list? If they're building an email list, do they have any follow up with that? There's these little holes in these offerings that you're going to be able to provide more value on. And since they already trust you and know that you are going to give them the result they're looking for, and that you're an ally to their business, they're more likely to go with you. But if you don't have these things, if you don't fill these holes that happen every time you give someone a product or a service, they're going to just go to someone else. And they might not necessarily trust that person more than you, but you're not helping them in that situation. And so when you fill these gaps in, clients are going to be happier with you, and you're also going to be able to charge more. Now, you might be wondering, I am struggling with what I'm doing right now. I can't possibly add more services. And I just want to say that when I was doing only websites, I felt that I wasn't doing everything I was capable of. And I felt that I was going into this one part that, I could do it. I could do it very well, but it wasn't what I'd love to do. But uh, I couldn't charge for what I wanted to do because people didn't trust me at that point. And I didn't really focus on using the websites to build a relationship so that I could do the services that I love to do. And really, what you want to set up is this value ladder that that takes your client from things that you can do to the best result you want to give them. And that's where you'll make the most money, and you'll be the most satisfied, and you can do the best work because you're charging more for it. But when you only do your one thing, no matter how much you're charging for that, you're kind of stuck in this one position, and you can't really extend that relationship anymore. And it'll get tiring because you'll keep having to find more clients. But when you have a value ladder in place, you can ask for more money because you're providing a ton more value than the client already has gotten from you. And then you'll feel less stressed out, and you'll be able to focus on these services that you're charging more for. Now, you might be wondering, won't this scare future clients? And, the short answer is no. You might be thinking that showing all this value with no focus might scare clients away. And the simple answer is don't show it right away. You know, the ladder is a step-by-step process. And when you do it in a way that is gradual and, reveals itself the next step, after every time you give the product underneath it, then people will not be scared about it at all. Now, here's the awesome thing. This will actually attract future clients because if you set it up just right, your first step should probably be a free item, whatever it is, lead magnet, free session, free consultation, and that'll lower the barrier to entry for your potential clients. But you don't want bad clients. You want people that will pay you what you deserve. And so the value ladder does that perfectly because people that won't spend money on a specific thing get weeded out of the value ladder. They stay at one point. If you basically have it set up that it's a free item at first, and then a low cost purchase next, and it just keeps increasing in value and price, then you'll be able to weed out the people that won't pay you what you deserve for the value you're giving them. Does that make sense? So, what is this going to change? Well, first, you're going to make more from each customer. And I feel like that's been pretty obvious throughout this video. And what that means is that every customer you get, you're going to be able to make a couple $1,000 more if you're giving them, more services that follow up on what the last service missed, or more products on what the last product missed. And what that means on a bottom line is you're making more money, but also you're spending less time looking for new clients. Everyone knows that finding new clients is so much more expensive than getting new clients. But when you set up your business in a one-trick pony way, you're going to be spending way more time getting new clients. But when you structure your business in a value ladder way, you'll be able to get all that money you would get from new clients and be able to provide more value to your customer while also getting more money from them. Next, you're going to be able to perform at a higher caliber. When people are paying you more, it will allow you to give them a better service. This entire thing is based on providing more value, but asking a higher price for it. And so what this means is that you're going to be able to do the work you really feel like you're meant to be doing, rather than doing just the work that people will pay you for. And that works because you're using the work that people pay you for to prove that you can do the next work. Now, here's something that's kind of hidden in this, is that it will also allow you to respond better to people asking for a price cut. The people who ask for discounts, this value ladder way does not work at all for them. Because if someone asks for a discount on one of your value items, you can just refer them to lower down on the value ladder. And this is going to make your business so much better because you're not going to have to work with people who nitpick on price. And really, it just will make you feel much more comfortable when customers ask you, hey, can I get a discount on this? We can't afford this. Finally, it's just going to attract more clients because it's going to lower that price barrier so that you're people who can't afford your top tier service can still participate. And when they actually do have the money, they'll actually be able to, they'll want to go to you because you gave them free knowledge at the beginning, or, low cost. Even, some of the top marketers do this, and it works out great because people may not have the money immediately, but if you establish a relationship early, you'll be able to gradually bring them into higher price ranges. So you might be asking, how do I even get started? And I'm going to walk you through a very simple value ladder that's going to be able to show you, the steps in making this. So what I want you to write down is your current product, the knowledge that you have that you could potentially give away for free, and the highest result or highest caliber of work you would like to do for your clients. Once you have this all written down, we're going to be able to start building your value ladder. Now, to start off, I just want to say that, if you're feeling like you don't want to give anything away from free, even your knowledge, then this can't help you. To be honest, a lot of people won't actually put your knowledge in effect because they're not as passionate about what you do as you are. So don't feel like someone's going to just jip you out of your knowledge. Really, a lot of the value comes from executing. And so when you actually do this knowledge, you come off more trustworthy and giving, while also showing people that you're the expert. And so really, this is the best case scenario for you. And if you're feeling guarded on your knowledge, then this just won't work for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to probably make a lead magnet for that knowledge. This is your blogs, your videos, or just, an ebook that shows how to do something. Next, in the middle is your current product, because I suspect if you're making a business around it, it's going to be medium tier pricing. And then finally, we're going to have the highest result you want to give. And this can be monthly, this can be whatever, but I want you to set this at whatever you think is not outrageous, but a lot in your industry. Okay. But this is the highest caliber of work you want to be doing. So for me, it's going to be completely automating everyone's marketing with automated follow-up, all the things that I want to do for someone. So now what you want to do is you want to fill in the gaps. And what you do there is, right after your knowledge, you want to have all those videos, blogs, ebooks. You want them linking to, you can link it to a call, but you want it to link to something that has commitment to it. And usually how this works is a cheapest first purchase, whether this is $20 a month, $20, very low. But what it'll do is it'll separate the people who are just there for the knowledge and the people who are buyers. And you'll be able to use that knowledge in a way that's very valuable to you. And so if there's a huge gap between, your cheapest first purchase and your current product, you want to fill in those gaps with things that can add on to that first purchase and move them into thinking that they need your current product. But if you're in this situation, message me and I'll figure out how to help you, and we can talk about what you're looking for there. So finally, you want to have the not finally, but in between your current product and your highest result, you want next steps. And these can be as many as you want or need based on your pricing. But when you look at your current product, I want you to, I know your current product is something you're in love with, but I want you to seriously sit down and look at what people need after it. And if you don't know, ask your clients. Ask what they needed right after they got what they got from you. If it's a website, they might need SEO after that. But when you start seeing these holes in your product, once you finish that product for people, you can be ahead of your client in thinking what they need next. And really, when you do these no-brainer next steps, people will be more likely to purchase because it's the logical next step. But if you're trying to sell, more work on a website after it, then people aren't going to like it, because it's an improvement on what they just bought, and they'll feel that they didn't get your full work on that. So really, you want to show them, we did a great job on the product I just delivered you, but there's more that can be done on other portions to make it do what you want it to do. And so you use these next steps to continually add more pricing, but always deliver more value than you're asking pricing for, even if it's just 51% more value given than what you're taking away. And so finally, you have this highest result, and that's important because that's going to be the area where you're charging the right amount for the tons of value you're giving your customer. Because honestly, I feel I'm pretty confident that if you've been working in your space for 6 months or a year, that you have adjacent skill sets to your one product. And when you're just focusing on your one product, you're missing out on providing your client with everything you want to give them, the thing that's going to change their business entirely. But when you do it in this way, where you continually take people and wean them through giving you money, while also giving them the right amount of value with it, you'll start seeing that you'll be able to charge what you are worth, and also just get better clients, while also not making, while also making more money without feeling like you're ripping them off or having very awkward conversations about increasing price on something that's already agreed upon. So if you want me to take a look at what you did for this presentation from this last slide, or if you just want help getting started on it, anything in there, I will feel free to message me on Messenger and I will help you out as much as possible. So let me know what you thought about this below. And if you know anyone who could benefit from this, because it works for so many businesses, tag them. All right, thanks. I will talk to you on Thursday at 12:30.